Okay. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor, sign.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Each
you.
elected official has their own solicitor. So they don't, if there's ever an issue, like when we had our issue, not when we had our issue, but when there was a lawsuit between the commissioners and the last controller, they can't both be represented by the same firm because that wouldn't work. So each elected official has a solicitor that's independent from our county solicitors.
Okay, good morning, Forrest.
Morning. I'm not sure I can follow all that. So,
Just wait till the voice in the sky. tells
well,
you.
that's what I mean. I'm not sure I can follow that. So the item on the agenda today is a new pay schedule for our poll workers.
Forrest, could you introduce yourself? Tell them a little bit
Oh,
about
yeah.
yourself and what you
Sure.
do.
Forrest Lehman, Director of Elections for the county. My office is the Office of Voter Services. And we have always a lot of irons in the fire because every year is an election year. Every election has a lot of moving parts. Everything has to happen in one day. And elections are like Broadway. You know, the show has to go on no matter what. So we have a lot of work to do. We're usually working on 2 elections at once. You're looking months, years ahead because we have 81 voting precincts, 81 polling places where people go to vote on election day. We've got about 400 to 500 poll workers that have to be out there to staff those precincts. They're where the rubber meets the road. They're what makes democracy happen on the ground. We have our voting system, which is about $1 million+ worth of equipment that we have to maintain, keep in working order, test before and after the election, have it out there on election day. And then we have voter registration all year long. The voter registration system, it's like a river. It changes every day because we have 75,000 registered voters in the county, and we're always trying to keep up with that. You know, when they are changing their name, when they're getting married, their new people are registering. There's always work to do with that. And all of that comes together twice a year on election day. And that's what makes democracy both majestic and messy. Because that's a lot of moving parts to put together.
And maybe a little bit about the DOJ with the recent challenges.
Oh yeah, I mean we're right now. There's a lot that we're working on. That's one thing. We're in the middle of a long-term project to improve accessibility at our polling places. Actually, I shouldn't say in the middle. I think we're getting through it. We've got about 30 sites that we have improved the accessibility, completed the work. We've got another 30 or so that are just about to get started, I think, in the spring. But we're in the middle of that. We've got actually petitions coming up very shortly here for local elections this year. So, you know, I know we focus a lot on the big stuff, right? Presidents, senators, that kind of thing. But we're electing local officials this year who will make a big difference in your daily lived experiences in your community. So we've got county offices on the ballot. We elect judges in our municipal years, school director, borough and township officials, city council. A lot of those local offices, they're on the ballot this year. So candidates will start coming into voter services. Actually, next Tuesday is when they're able to start circulating petitions door to door to get on the ballot. They have about 3 weeks to do that. And we'll be then building the ballot based on all of that and receiving campaign finance reports from those candidates, advertising everybody who ran and, you know, what the ballot looks like. So there's actually a lot of administrative work that has to happen in a local election year that we don't do in a presidential year because it's all handled by Department of State in Harrisburg. So a very different dynamic. I often say that the presidential and the general election years, they're very busy, but the local election years are messy because there's more administrative work to do.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but the item before you today, this is a proposed pay increase for our poll workers. You know, I've already said, you know, what an important job they do. They're out there at all of those polling places for a very long day. You know, fire halls, township buildings, you know, civic buildings, churches, all over the place. And they're there from 6 in the morning, sometimes even earlier, until well after the polls close at 8 p.m. They can be there until 9, sometimes even later, cleaning up. And then they have to bring everything back here to the county at the end of the night. So their day isn't even over when the polls close. They've still got more work to do. We have to process them all through. I call it 80 precincts in 80 minutes to get all of them processed. So the poll workers do a long day. They're fantastic. And periodically, we want to try to increase the compensation when we can, and try to have that make it somewhat attractive for them to want to do it. I don't think they do it for the money. They're doing it to serve their communities, but the money helps. And so we have judges and inspectors who will be starting new terms of office next year. They're actually elected officials. And so now is the time to put a new pay schedule into effect that would take effect in 2026 with those new terms. Just like for any other elected official, we can't raise the compensation in the middle of the term.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And you've already approved this as the Board of Elections, I should note, but this is being repeated on the commissioner's agenda.
I have a motion to accept.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Forrest. Thanks for.
And for the county employees and elected officials that are here, our guests today are the Leadership Lycoming group from 2025 class.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And we'll say to the leadership, I know people often say like it's a great department. I know he's running away now, but the efficiency of election night, if you're ever downstairs and I've been here now for 2 elections, the primary and the presidential, it is shocking how efficient they are and how in and out and how it is. When they say it's like clockwork, it is like clockwork. They could not do it any better than they do. And of all the things, in my first year, if you said like, what is the one thing that has impressed you the most, it would be their efficiency on election day. It is unbelievable.
And if anybody wants to do those jobs, I can also tell you that as we stand here and watch the people bring in all the votes, our county is unbelievable. By 10 o'clock, everything is in. And by 10:30, every vote has been counted. It amazes me when you go, Arizona still can't come up with a count. It's like, well, we came up with a count in about 15 minutes. So, but literally 60 is the average age of our poll workers. There are very few young people willing to volunteer for that position. And there's a little bit of pay, but it truly is a volunteer. So if anybody has any thoughts of that, C4 is downstairs before you leave.
And there have been other problems across the state. I mean, either Lackawanna or Missouri ran out of paper
Yeah.
in the middle of their voting. And they're just, it's a very small staff down there, but they do fantastic work. They really do.
And when we do it here at the end of the day, and Ken George, our maintenance director, is here, his staff is out there and they unload, the cars pull up onto the awning at the back of the building, they unload signs and the machines and all that. And then the whoever's in charge of the voting for that precinct, and there's a lot of precincts in Lycoming County, and they drive around to the side of the building where Julie's Coffee is. A sheriff will meet them there and escort them into the building. And then they come down through and come into the voter service offices where they drop off all the ballots, and then they all get scanned in and processed. And I'm telling you, by 10:30, they're cleaned up and done and ready to go home.
Aren't there 81? I think there's 81
81.
precincts.
Yeah, and there's some that take an hour and a half, an hour and a half to get here. Because
Yeah.
our county's so large
county's so large.
geographically. Okay, Jason.
Morning, Commissioners. Commissioners, 4.3, vote to approve the agreement with Dell software support for our Solomon system. This is just a 1-year amendment.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All fair, say aye.
Aye.
Jason, can you please tell
Oh,
the group what you do and who you are?
yeah, Jason Yorks, Director of the Lycoming County Resource Management Services, the landfill, the recycling center, and the transfer station. Last year, we brought in 319,000 tons in the landfill, which includes municipal solid waste, residual waste from manufacturing processes, sludges from your sewer plants, asbestos, and so forth. Transfer station did roughly 30,000 tons, and our recycling center brought in a little over 15,000 tons, which services 4 counties with drop-off programs, curbside and Lycoming. So we have roughly 10 counties that service, bring waste to us throughout the central part of the state. Commissioners 4.4, approved payment Cleveland Brothers in the amount of $32,087.37. This is a repair invoice for our D8 dozer. This is part of our maintenance and repair that we budget through each year.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioners 4.5, amendment to the agreement with Prop Chemical, extending agreement to December 31st, 2029. This is the chemicals that we introduce into the leachate lines to keep things flowing so that we don't get hard deposits in the line.
So these are for the chemicals, not for the labor.
Yes, this is a chemical purchase and it's on an as needed basis.
Okay.
Yep.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Commissioners 4.6, approve the agreement with Penn Power Group. Penn Power Group is our local shop that does our work on any of our coming engines. We have to keep an active agreement with them on an as needed basis.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
And lastly, Commissioners 4.7, vote to approve the amendment to the agreement with AMCS Group. This is the PC scale support structure for our PC scales. It is a computer software that allows all the drivers to bring their loads on the scales and puts it into our system.
For the accuracy. Correct.
What's that, sir?
For the accuracy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Since Jason is the guy who runs the landfill, I would say that he is the one who literally knows where all the bodies are buried. But Scott would say I can't make that joke in a public meeting, so I won't tell that one.
All right, good morning, Commissioners. I have items 4.8 through 4.14. The first item is vote to approve the agreement with Advanced Communication Solutions. This is for our video surveillance system out at the prison and pre-release center. It's for repair work.
And motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have for you is the retail advertising agreement with Sun Gazette. This is as needed for our legal ads for procurement.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item is a renewal sign location lease with Lamar an amount of $2,250. This is a new lease we acquired as part of the sale with the land out in that area. Since we acquired it now through Penn College, we have now acquired that lease, which is good. More revenue into our. Yep.
Revenue in, okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
That's good because we lost the one when.
That right when we sold.
So
Yes,
bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Vote to approve the referral agreement with Crossroads Counseling. This is just a continuation agreement that we have. It's an amount of $5,000.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have for you is an agreement with Quality Air Mechanical. This is in the amount of $5,000. This is to upgrade the flow meter with Williamsport Water Authority. And this is for the prison as well.
Okay. Ken, you have any comments on this?
That one?
It's to replace the flow meter out at the, with Williamsport Water Authority with the prison.
No, it's this, the bow meter coming in from Alton Street.
Okay. All right, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have for you is vote to approve the project modification request with our current agreement that we have, the grant for Lycoming County Probation Restricted Conditions Grant. We're actually getting an additional funding back, so that's
Good.
good. Yep, more monies to put towards the programming.
We'll always vote for more money to come in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
And then the last item I have for you is vote to approve the agreement with Paula Bauer. She's going to do the GE testing out of the prison pre-release center and amount of $7,500.
Okay, good. Very important program, DED. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye. Before you all run out, I was gonna say, when we were talking beforehand about our financial management department and the girl who'd been here 20 years who streamlined our budget project, that's her. This is not her normal, the guy who, our director's sick today, so when he's sick, she fills in to do this, but she's the leader of our financial team who's kind of changed our process for the better.
So Maya, why don't you tell them a little about yourself and
Sure. Well, I would say 2007 is the best class, but but I don't really want to show my age either. So, yeah, I've been here for 20 years. Name's Maya Toon.
Best 20 years of your life.
Best 20 years, no stress either. No, I really do enjoy what I do. There's some really talented people here. This Board of Commissioners is wonderful to work with. This has been my 5th board, and I'm not just saying because they're in the room, but they really are, for me, the best Board of Commissioners that I've
She's saying it
had.
because we're.
But no, very communicative and very easy to work with, a good group of guys. I enjoy it. And I oversee procurement, the finances, and like I said, in conjunction with Nikki and her team, and also the treasurer. We all look at that. I do grants and of course the budget, which this year was 128 million, and we decreased it significantly this year to streamline some things, and I've got some more things in the back pocket, and I'm hoping we continue the trend.
yeah, we decreased it 23%, which is significant. And that comes down to everybody working as a team. You know, that's what we stress in the county, that we have to work as a team. There's no one individual. No one has all the answers. And we need to come together and talk and communicate, share ideas, and then reach a common goal. And, you know, a lot of times you're not going to be right. That's life. And you move on and you share ideas and you get things done. And that's what the taxpayers want. They want us to get things done for everybody. So we have a beautiful valley, so much here to offer. And that's what we want to communicate and have more people coming into our valley that want to be here and share that dream. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We expect people to move down from Tioga County and Lycoming County. Don't let that ever bother you.
Thanks. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
They got him out before you got there.
Thank you.
Did you come down this morning?
I did.
Yeah, I was up at Ward Manufacturing this morning before it is, so
Yeah.
little touchy on Lost Mountain, yeah.
Yeah.
Take care.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you.
So, Nikki, I'm sorry. Nikki, what's her name?
Ella.
Ellen. Why are you shadowing them and not the commissioner?
You guys don't have your emails on the thing, so I couldn't contact you.
He doesn't read his email
Our
anyway.
emails aren't there?
There's one big
Email
commissioner. Yeah, there's a
Commissioner's
commissioner's
email, but he doesn't read it anyway.
First of all, I'm the guy that showed up on. Second of all, we're a lot more exciting than the controller's
Okay.
office. Let me tell you, we're a lot more exciting.
No, we're not.
I'm the first female she shadowed, so this is
Oh,
good.
good.
I will say her radio always has good music.
All right,
I'll give.
we're in the middle of a meeting.
Sorry, I was just, are you, I don't know.
Okay, Leslie?
I was helping the convergence league.
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning, Maya.
Morning.
4.15, seeking your approval to purchase network security devices for our off-site locations in the amount of $20,889.42.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
4.16, seeking your approval to renew a Comcast agreement for MDJ Prize Internet Services. Renewing this in the amount of $109.99. This will save us over $200 a month. Right now, I think their Comcast bill's over $300.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
4.17, I'm seeking your approval to approve software. This is actually for Department of Public Safety. It's a piece of software that will allow the Department of Public Safety 911 to page people, disaster recovery, contact people, phone calls, emails. I think it's going to be a good piece of software overall for Lycoming County, not just for Department of Public Safety. We pay it per year, but the total for the 3 years is $44,044.65.
Okay, very good. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 4.18, Ken George, and he actually has 4.18 through 4.20.
Morning, Commissioners.
How we doing?
Wonderful by yourself.
Not bad.
Good. 4.18 is an agreement with McClure Company, for the preventative maintenance on the HVAC large equipment in this building. What I mean by that is the chiller, indoor air quality unit, and the large air handler units on each floor.
Okay. Was this something that had to be put out for bid?
Yes, we got several bids on that.
Okay, all right. And same thing with the next one?
No, we did not get more bids on that because it is it's their system in our courthouse. They maintain it year long. That one there is, they have to make repairs to, fire system.
Okay. All right, motion to accept this, agreement.
So we're accepting 4.18 right now,
Yes.
correct? Okay, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
4.19 is with, repairs to some of our fire alarm system in the courthouse, with Johnson Controls. And they are the ones, like I stated, they are the ones that maintain that system and inspect it and so forth.
Motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
4.20 is a contract with Secure Tech for the replacement of the panic buttons in the courthouse and Third Street Plaza.
Okay. Was that one had to be put out for bid?
No, that they are a CoStar vendor and they are the vendor that we have been using, I'm gonna say, for about 15 to 20 years.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
All fair side?
Whoop, I didn't second it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll second.
Thank you. And by the way, class of 2005, leadership Lycoming was the best class.
Were you better than 7?
Absolutely.
I heard that. I heard 05 was way better than 07, but I didn't want to say
You
that.
didn't want to say that.
Some alumni competition going on here.
And Commissioner, I just wanted to clarify,
Thank you, Ken.
with the term that we say about like bid. So it really wasn't bid, it was quoted. So there's a difference, you
Okay,
know, I
okay.
just wanted you to be aware of that.
Okay,
So,
great.
okay.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Good. Is there a dollar amount though that we should be looking, so like, was the McClure quotes high enough that it should be a bid
No,
process?
so the
Technically,
way
it
that it
wouldn't,
works
it was
is that
less.
procurement goes based off of the CPI, the inflation every year. They did that, they started that like, I think 6 years ago. So it's like right now it's $12,900. Anything up until then, I think 24.8 now is 3 quotes, and anything above the 24.8 then has to be publicly bid unless you buy off of state contract. There's other exceptions as well,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
yep.
Awesome. Morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Today I am here to seek approval on an amendment to an agreement with Larson Design Group for services on the small bridge inspection program. We're seeking to extend it till the end of this year. We had enough remaining funds on the initial contract that we did with them to get a 5th year of services for our small bridge inspection program at no additional cost. We were able to save costs over the last 4 years through not inspecting bridges that, performed well enough and things of that nature. So we were able to get a 5th year of services at the exact same price that we initially budgeted for 4 years.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Hey, I've got 2 items for you today.
Okay.
First, I had
I'll just start, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
1.22, it's a vote to actually accept the Greenways Trails and Recreation Program grant agreement for the Riverwalk extension, the amount of 250,000. This is for the bridge as part of the Riverwalk extension. We had applied last May and just found out recently that we got the grant.
Great. Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you. And the second item that I have, 4.23, is a vote to accept the DCNR grant agreement for the Riverwalk extension, the amount of $649,000 for $649,900,000. And that's for phase one of the Riverwalk from where it currently ends at Maynard Street to Elm Park. So that grant was announced last month.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jen.
Next item is 4.24, Sal Mitko.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Sal.
This item is just to approve an agreement with Larson Design Group for the engineering for two of the county bridges that were impacted by Tropical Storm Debbie. It's in the amount of $8,801.94. If you recall, we have a emergency declaration, so they can actually do the engineering and then go work with a firm to get repairs done in the spring is the plan.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you, Sal.
Thank you.
And then 4.25 and 4.26 is Mike.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
Vote to approve the agreement with PMA companies in the amount of $471,030,000 for the workers' compensation insurance. This is a 2025 approved budgeted item.
Okay, motion to accept.
I will make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
And for decimal 26, this is also an insurance. Vote to approve of the renewal application with P Corp for the 2025-2026 program year.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then the last item I'm doing on behalf of Matt, this is in coordination both with my office and Nikki's office. This is the audit engagement letter with Baker Tilly. It's in about $11,500 for the White Deer Golf Course. This is for financial year 23 and 2022.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Okay. Any comments? You guys have anything?
No, I'd like to just thank the leadership Lycoming class for showing up today. It was, I think, a good communication discussion. Appreciate that they took the time out of their schedule to join us.
Absolutely. You have anything?
I mean, the only thing, this is super important, but we're getting to the point that the NFL is backing their season up enough that President's Day is going to fall the Monday after the Super Bowl. And that's what they should do every year. President's Day should be, a lot of schools are now taking the day off. They do an in-service day. But, because when we were kids, you might not be, but when we were young, we used to get Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday. And then once upon a time, they combined them. They made it President's Day. So
My
it's just,
county's old.
it's just this random day anyway. So why don't we make the random President's Day the day after the Super Bowl? I just think it makes sense. That's all I got.
Okay.
We do have a comment online.
Okay. Do we have any from
Is
the
it about
audience?
the Super Bowl? Okay.
Do we have anything from the audience first? Okay, online.
All right, it's Thomas Adams.
Yes.
He says, "Good morning, Lycoming County. I'm hoping to raise awareness of the residents to influence their local water authorities to stop fluoridation of the water supply. I refer people to read the letter submitted by Beverly Sayre in the January 16th edition of the Sun Gazette. I realize the commissioners are not in control of this, but I think it's important enough to have as many people to use their influence to end this practice. Thank you for all you do."
Okay, thank you for the comment. Okay, we have completed our agenda. No further comment, then we will be adjourned till Thursday, February 20th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.